The Lincoln Sports Foundation Motocross track hosted their 5th annual Motocross series. The event introduced the vintage bikes back into competition and the old riders with them. Channel 8 Eyewitness News reporter Taylor Trujillo joins us now with more.
Katrina, the lively event revved hearts and minds up like it was 1970 all over again, and I was sure to get that front row action. The Lincoln Sports Foundation Motocross track welcomed over 150 entries and competitors from all around the Midwest. Riders were more than happy to be living the dream all over again.
So it's nice to get back on the bikes I used to ride when I was young.
They say there is no other feeling like it.
You can be having a tough day, your bike might break down, you might crash, it's hot, but then it hits you. You know what? I'm out here on a Sunday afternoon riding my dirt bike, and that beats just about anything else you can do.
The older riders grew up on these bikes, many dating back to their teenage years, and they are just happy to have an available track to jump back into the hobby.
We think that the sport abandoned its roots 50, 60 years ago when it started out as a track laid out over natural terrain. They didn't build jumps, they didn't build obstacles. They raced it old school, and that's what we're doing again today, and we're doing it with old bikes. Some of them are 40, 50 years old.
They say the design in the vintage bikes are safer because they are lower to the ground and they have a less powerful motor.
Two-stroke, single motor, no liquid cooling. It's easy to work on. It's plenty fast for me. The brakes are just drum brakes, and so they're not going to be really powerful, but they're also easy to maintain, not like a disc brake.
And the vintage style tracks involve a less risky design, which don't have the big jumps and the big gaps that you see in competitions on TV. The vintage track is welcoming more and more modern riders who are growing that vintage appreciation.
At the end of the day, we get nothing, except for a plaque, so there's no money involved. It's really just the fun of getting out and competing again.
Lincoln Sports Foundation and many county agencies built this vintage track just for them, and every dollar made at today's event goes back to the LSF track for maintenance and future events.
Oh, I really like the idea of bringing back those vintage bikes.
They're very cool.
All right, thanks for that story, Taylor.